Everything's falling apart on me today. 9:26. It's a Wednesday, the 17th day of December. Daily Show. We got a good one. Sydney Sinks joins us in a few minutes. Blog Talk as we get the latest from her, and we head into the Christmas holiday and end of the year and all that fun stuff it brings. Then at 10:10, Lacy McDonald will join us and take us back 100 years ago, and we'll get all the details on her latest piece and so much more. We'll keep you informed on the Daily Dose of Local and everything you need to know to get you through your morning right here on RiverBender.com, Roku TV. Make sure you guys sign up for your daily email update and download the RiverBender.com app today at 9:26. Here's what you need to know. Make sure you guys stay up to date throughout the day at RiverBender.com. Josh Boyd, an Edwardsville High School alumnus from the class of 2000, has been appointed the varsity boys soccer coach as approved by the recent Board of Education meeting. This is how we start our news, one of our most viewed stories of the last 24 hours. Boyd, who previously served as JV head coach and varsity assistant, stepping up into that role after Mark Hydraside's retirement following a quite legendary 26-year tenure. With extensive coaching experience at various levels, including youth clubs and high schools, Boyd is eager to lead the Tigers and make the community proud. And we'll keep you updated as the boys soccer season starts to take shape in the summer, but we still got winter sports to get through too, and you can get it all at riverbender.com/sports. Also in the news, employees and officials at the Madison County Courthouse, along with the private firm Buckley & Buckley, have once again joined forces to support local families through the Angel Tree program this holiday season. It's coordinated by Judge Kyle Knapp and Margaret Freer. The team completed 50 gift packages, ensuring children in the region will receive items from their wish list. This marks the second year of participation, and with plans to increase the number of gifts to 75 next year. The courthouse community is eager to expand their positive impact, and the program holds special significance for those working in criminal justice system as it fosters hope and support for families during the holidays. Also in the news today, the Collinsville Community Unit School District Number 10 Board of Education has appointed Human Resources Director Kevin E. Robinson as the new Assistant Superintendent effective July 1, 2026. Robinson will add these responsibilities to his current role, filling the vacancy left by the retirement of Bradley Heyer at the end of the 2025-26 school year. An educator for 22 years in the district, Robinson is committed to advancing equity, inclusion, and high-quality instruction for all students. He looks forward to supporting the district's ongoing facility improvements and strengthening educational programs while actively engaging with student activities and community events. Finally, in the news today, as we talk to Sydney in just a couple of minutes, the Alton School District Music Program showcased remarkable talent at the Illinois Music Educators Association District 6 festivals held this year at Belleville East and West High Schools. Numerous Alton students earned spots in prestigious ensembles, including Gabe Alexander and the Junior Band and Quinn Holiday, and both Senior Jazz Band 2 and Senior Band. Vocalists and instrumentalists alike were recognized, with Preston Watson featured in Senior Vocal Jazz and Senior Chorus. The district's strong representation extended across junior and senior choruses, treble choruses, and orchestras, along with jazz bands. You can see a full write-up on that great acknowledgement at riverbender.com/news. 9:30, let's take a quick look at weather. It's 44 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 48 out there. It feels better than it has in a long time. Today, intervals of clouds and sunshine, but tonight it's going to become cloudy and breezy. There could be a couple of late night showers, and you could even hear a rumble of thunder as we head into Thursday. Right now, the air quality is at 61, and that's why I need to take a Claritin. Starting to feel a little raspy up in here. Temperatures reach 52 degrees today and drop down to 43 overnight as we head into Thursday. On Thursday, we're going to see rain all throughout the morning. Periods of rain and a thunderstorm await us Thursday morning. Also, thick cloud cover is what they're saying too, so we won't see the sun all day. A high of 54, a low of 22. On Friday, we're going to see temperatures drop down to a high of only 37 degrees on Friday and low of 29 as we head into Saturday. On Saturday, a high of 56, a low of 25. And on Sunday, partly sunny skies, a high of 43, and a low of 27 degrees. But looks like we're going to have a pretty warm Christmas Eve and Christmas just from the extended forecast. We'll keep you updated once we get to that time. That's a look at your next 5 days. Here's what's happening now. 44 degrees in downtown Alton. It feels like 48 out there for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Tom Lane. He's your local State Farm agent. Also, hey, who wants to win $250? I feel like I'm talking to myself some damn times. $250 in cash plus Raging Rivers Water Park season passes for a family of 4. Oh, and don't forget, free Shivers coffee and custard for an entire year. Some limitations on that. All you got to do is be a part of the RiverBender.com Raging Rivers and Shivers Holiday Lights contest and showcase your business or your home, inside or out, of your holiday decorations all lit up, and you can email us at news@RiverBender.com, or you can just send us a photo to our Facebook Messenger. The deadline to submit, 4 days, December 21st. Voting begins December 22nd on Facebook, and then we'll pick a winner by December the 29th. It's a big opportunity for $250 and season passes and free Shivers coffee and custard for a year to start off 2026, plus second and third prize are available too. So make sure you're a part of it. Send it in, news@RiverBender.com, or Facebook message us your photos. We want to see you be the winner. Take a quick break. We'll come back. A little bit of a look at downtown Alton, and we'll come back with more Daily Show. Sydney Sinks joins us next.
Throughout all, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, Free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is Dwight Wirtz, president of Wirtz Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Okay. Welcome back. See, I made my own little Christmas music.
That's
too.
nice.
See, I have my own new lead. I got tired of it.
You're fancy, yeah.
Well, I got tired of it. It's like, I don't think Jeff Lynne gives a damn. Oh, hold on. I forgot this darn button isn't working. Hold on. You got to come back to me. Hi, guys.
There we are.
I got tired of the damn emails.
Yeah.
Of like, hey, we aren't going to show this video
I
in
get
any
those
country.
emails too.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, because I'm signed into the Facebook page, so I
Oh.
get those same emails, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a shame. People care too much.
Yeah.
Some as in,
For
like,
30 seconds of real
Zuckerberg.
music. So
Yeah, ridiculous.
We decided we're going to be done with all of that.
Well, good for you.
I decided impromptu yesterday. I'm like, you know what? I am so friggin' tired of dealing with this.
Good for you. Something better.
Yeah, so that's going to be the intro music. Now that's going to
Nice.
the other stuff will change.
That was very Christmassy too.
That's what I thought. It was
yeah.
very in line. Now the intro music is more like me, like
Yeah.
a little grungier,
Love that for you. A little gritty. You consider yourself
gritty.
grungy?
No, a little gritty. I put on a good face, Sydney.
No, I get it. No, I get it. Are
no.
are you into grunge music? I'm sorry. Now I'm distracted.
No,
about
I mean
this.
I was for
Really?
a while, yeah, and then I'm like, yeah, this is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah,
You feel
it's just not for me. It wasn't vibing well with me.
interesting.
Like I feel like it would be like me wearing like bright, like neon green, not my color.
just not quite right.
Not kind of fitting me.
Not wrong, but not right.
Yeah.
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 That's fair.
So I went with yacht rock.
I love that
No,
for you. That's a great adjustment.
What'd you write about this week?
So I suck, CJ. I'm a bad person. And by that I mean I am bad at responding to texts. And so basically what I wrote about this week is, especially around Christmas time, and especially this year, it's like really important to me to like kind of connect with people and connect with my friends and stuff. Just because some of the personal stuff happening, I'm like, I really want to care about the people in my life a little bit. Like I care about them, but I want to like make more of an effort, 'cause
for sure.
It's really easy to take people for granted and to take these friendships for granted and just assume that we can continue like normal. And the truth is that like sometimes you have to make a little extra effort to check in with folks. And so that's what I'm doing this year. I can go days or weeks at a time without responding to texts. That's one of my kryptonite moments. I'm sorry to my loved ones. That's on me. But no longer. My 2026 resolution, one of them, I'm still deciding the other ones, blog incoming, but one of them is to make a point to text back and make phone calls and just engage a little bit more intentionally on purpose with my loved ones.
I'm glad to hear that because I'm in the same boat.
Yeah.
And it's really sucks because like I told you last year, I'm like, I'm going to say happy birthday to everybody every day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Did great until April.
Well, that's pretty good though.
Man, until April, I just felt, and then like I know no one really noticed.
Yeah, right. That's
but
kind
in
of
my head,
yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, what if they see like, CJ's wishing everybody a happy birthday?
Well, good
but
for
like,
you.
But
you were helping.
I stopped in April, and
yeah.
their birthday's in May. And so they see 4 months of me wishing the janitor a happy birthday, and like
Yeah,
the dog
true,
down the
true.
street, and then it's like,
that's
that's what makes me feel bad.
Did you get a lot of birthday wishes when the time came around?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I got like 200. It was a nightmare.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
That's happy.
Well,
No,
that's
but
good, but I'm like, I'm not really,
Well, it's
I was
what
26.
Well, that's exciting. That's an exciting. Is that an exciting year? I'm about to be 26. Is that an exciting year? Good to
No.
know. Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, you don't even get to. There's not even a perk with it. Like
No,
at least at
there's not.
25, you can rent a car.
Yeah,
That's-
kind of at the end of my perk years, I guess. Yeah, that's kind of too bad for me.
Well, no, coming up soon. AARP.
I look forward to that.
There you
the
go.
big 3-0.
You can go ahead and retire now.
Yeah.
No,
Good for me.
But it was okay. Like it was. I'm in the same boat where I'm just the worst at it, and I'm so bad at. What'll happen is I'll be fine until I get inundated with text all at once. I don't know if that happens to you. We're like everything's going good. You got your one conversation brewing.
You're pretty caught up.
No one's really
Looking
doing
good.
much, and then bam,
Yes.
phone call, bam, text, bam, something else is happening, and it's like I'm going to get back to them, and I'm going to get back to everybody, and I'm just not going to talk to anybody for a second.
Well, and do you think that's kind of like a whole other problem? Do you think we have we're too, in this world, we have a lot of like social media and phone calls and we're more connected than ever. Do you think that's like too much pressure? Like maybe that's part of it?
No, I feel like there's a patience issue.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Because like, to be honest with you, we all.
Yeah, I feel you.
Why did my phone just answered?
Your phone just answered something?
It
That's
answered a phone call for me.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
That's creepy.
No, but because like what happens is like I don't know if you deal with this, but like there'll be times where you'll ask for something. Mm-hmm. Hell, you could ask somebody on the Pony Express, and they could go around the country and get it done faster for you.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people. I'm not going to bother you. Once I talk to you, listen. You don't need me. You already got a bill collector after you probably, or whatever the hell's going on. You don't need me to call you. So I don't. But on the flip side of that, that same individual will call me 400 times to get something done, and it's like, that's overwhelming.
That is overwhelming.
You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like it's the give and take, and it's a lot of giving.
Speaking of, I need you to answer your slacks for me. But I'm just teasing. But no.
Hold on here.
I
am going. Oh yeah, no, I didn't respond to one.
I'm just teasing you. No, I actually completely get that, because it's very intimidating when there's people coming in and asking for whatever, and you're like, I want to handle it. Like, I want to take care of it. But just with like other responsibilities or whatever else that gets in the way. But I'm not even like, even that is like a whole other thing besides like just like social interaction. Like, I should want to talk to and I do.
Oh no, I love that.
It's just like, I'm bad at it.
Well, you know what happens though, Sydney? Mm-hmm. Like with a lot of stuff is, for me, there'll be times where I know somebody hates my freaking guts.
Yeah.
Because of an interview I did.
I doubt that anyone can hate you.
No.
Yeah.
I guarantee you it happens.
No.
And because I hear things, and so when I go out, it's so funny. Like, they'll just, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, okay, I literally know what you just said about me 20
you don't
minutes
like
ago.
me. Yeah.
Like, it's okay. You don't have to fake it. Like, I don't need to interact with you.
We were talking about that at lunch the other day. Just like that energy of like, the people out there that want to be friends with everybody, and you're like, okay, we don't have to be besties.
Like
that's
I don't
okay.
need it.
Yeah, I get that.
I got a family.
Maybe I'm bad about that too. I don't know, because I can be pretty friendly, but maybe that's a bad thing. I don't know.
But it's just interesting, because that same person though will still text me all nasty, and like the next day. You know what I'm saying? Or just kind of be short. It's
weird vibes.
Yeah, totally weird. And so it kind of gets back to the thing where it's like, I get overwhelmed, and I'm like, do I even want to deal with all this?
That's fair. Yeah.
And it's Christmas time. There's things.
There's a lot going on. It's busy. Well, I feel like Christmas time, I don't know.
What's the proper time to respond to a text?
Like the proper turnaround time? I don't know, because I'm not good at it. Because I will go days to weeks at a time, and I'm so bad at this. But like, even people I really want to talk to and really want to keep these relationships up with, to my loved ones, I'll say this right now, I love you. I'm trying to stay engaged, but I for whatever reason, just time flies, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I haven't responded.
You think you got life under control, like,
right?
Oh my god, dude, I thought we were gonna be just fine with like the baby moving in and adopting the baby and becoming a dad.
You were busy for this year.
But it was so busy that I thought, oh, surely everything's under control. Like nothing to see over here, folks.
Yeah, look away. Look away.
But, then where it's like, oh, crap, we are like a month away from Christmas, and how are we going to get all this to work? There is a thing as Christmas magic. I am telling you, I don't know what it is, but it always seems to work out.
Yeah, here's hoping it all just kind of falls into place this year.
That's why I do
I'm
nothing.
not prepared. Yeah, I love that for you. That's all Jackie's job.
Yeah, that's all I have.
No, that's funny. But I don't know, the turnaround time. I don't know. I want it to be better than it is. But especially at Christmas time, I feel like you kind of like, it reminds you what like matters, and who you care about and the interactions you want to have and that kind of thing. Like, that's very real. And so I'm trying to focus on that this year. And instead of taking some of the pressure of like always having to be available or always having to respond quickly, I'm trying to be like, actually, no, this is a blessing that I have people that I want to talk to and people who want to talk to me and trying
that's
to,
where I get so offended with myself. And I think that's such a weird thing to say, but like, I'll get so damn pissed off at myself because I'm like, our job is not the most glamorous damn thing in the world. Okay, like for all the people that are like, oh man, look, CJ's having a time in his life and he's talking to everybody and Sydney's interviewing some cool people and look at all this. There's a lot of like weird attachments that come with the stresses of the job, which we all love to do.
Yeah, I love my job, but
it gets overwhelming because you get
every job has their things.
We all have, those quirks in our profession, right? But it's like, sometimes it's like I get it's like, why am I even doing this? Because you get the phone ringing off the hook and someone's mad about this, and then the same other person's mad about the same story, but for a different reason, and then they're mad about an interview I did about free lunch.
Yeah, that was weird.
So it's like, is it even worth it? So then I'll get all stressed out. I'll get my phone blown up. I won't respond for a day or two. And then like some little thing will happen. And it's like the Grinch every friggin' time. I'm like, oh, I need to be better. And I start like getting all emotional and stuff. I don't know if you do that.
Yeah.
That's what
I
happens.
get that. I have a few emails and things out there that I'm like, I really need to respond to this. And it's just hard to keep up on that. That's like a whole different like conversation too about the professional life and keeping up with that. I don't have the secret figured out on that yet. If you figure out the secret, you let me know, please, and we'll do it together.
I say this because that's my goal this Christmas.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Everything's calming down now. I mean, like, there's seriously nothing else to stress about just other than the wedding.
Yeah, that's exciting stress, hopefully. I don't know. A little bit of both.
I think it will be whenever we actually get the time to really tackle it.
Yeah,
because
You've been busy.
Well, and that's the thing. It's not like we've been doing nothing.
Yeah.
It's just been like, we did the adoption, and it was so great that happened. But it's, that kind of pushed us back a little bit because we thought it'd be a longer process. We were blessed.
That was really quick. That was awesome.
I don't want to sound like I'm complaining. It's just like, we all had, like, her and I both had in our head, like, okay, we'll kind of wrap this up next year. Not... Okay, turnaround times 2, 3
That was
weeks.
Pretty cool that all worked out. But I'm sure it was a little bit alarming.
It is, but it kind of pushes back, like, payments for the wedding. Like, how do we get all this stuff moved around? And then you add on the remotes and everything else.
Yeah,
and then,
you're busy. You're busy.
So I figured this, like, Christmas, all of the stuff's done. Like, I'm just going to take a few days and really just make it a point to go through my phone and just talk to everyone that I need to talk to that I haven't yet in a while, and just reconnect with not even old friends, it's people that I need to just reconnect with. Because
that's a good rule.
Life got in the way.
Yeah, for sure.
Time.
And people, that's the thing too. I think people understand that because everyone has their own like stuff going on. Some do. The people that like your friendships that really matter, most of the time they understand. They're like, oh, I get it. You're busy. I'm busy. Like we still love each other. You know what I mean? But I guess you kind of have a cool thing going on because like even if you like somehow don't talk to these people for a couple of months now, you're still gonna see them in May. Like they're still coming around, right? That's exciting. Some of them. The ones that matter.
And everyone does. It's just we're gonna keep things small and everything, and that's just because. I shouldn't even talk about, but with the show, I get worried about because I do build a lot of friendships from the show, and I don't want it to be like, do I miss out on somebody or does Jackie miss out on somebody?
Yeah, so I think that's every wedding. They have those problems.
But no, there's people like my buddy CJ out in Atlanta. Like anytime I call him, he answers the phone first ring, and like Luis and all that. But I'm bad at it. I'll be good for a few weeks and go, oh, crap, I'll talk to him tomorrow. Or I can take 10 seconds to respond to the damn text message.
Literally.
Or I can just go make it like I'm deciding if we're dropping a nuclear bomb on someone.
It's like that level of stress
it
for some
is.
reason.
Like, I'll be honest with you, it's
so
ignorant. It is so ignorant.
It's so stupid, yeah.
9:50, Sydney's going to take a quick break with us and come back and chat it up some more. You stay there and we'll be here. Oh, wait, no, these buttons don't work. It has just been a damn Wednesday.
What's up? It's Mike Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
That was kind of, I guess you're right. It's kind of like a Mario Christmas.
I like it. It's a good time.
I'm just tired of Mark Zuckerberg banning me.
Literally.
God
you
dang,
keep
I got a long way to go.
No, it's
fun. Trump had a feud with him. You wait till I get on what I have to say. Tired of this. Meta, you know.
Meta. Oh my gosh, no.
So, you have one friend in California, another in Spain. How does Spain do like their Christmas? Is there any different I
don't know. Have
you asked?
Well, she lives on a military base, so it's still very
that would be really fascinating.
Very American still.
No, but just to see what they do to because I'm sure there's still some cultural tie-in somewhere.
Well, it's kind of interesting. I know my friend in Spain. That's not to completely share her life, but
let's do it.
She did a little Thanksgiving. Her and her husband, they did a Thanksgiving, and they had all these people from Spain who, obviously Thanksgiving is an American holiday, so these people from Spain who had never celebrated, and so they cooked all these meals and they used every set of dishes they owned and just had a whole party, and it looked like it was really fun and cute and interesting, and so it's really cool. So yeah, I have friends kind of spread out all over, which is cool and awesome because I get to learn about all these things that they're doing in different places of the world and that kind of thing, but I miss them is the problem.
Are you able to get together soon? Going to be a while?
I don't know. I'd love to go to Spain. That'd be awesome. But we used to live together, me and this girl. Once upon a time, me and all these friends lived in the same place, and I just miss hanging out. So does
it make you almost sad?
Well, yeah, it does make me sad. And it's bittersweet because I'm happy for them. Everybody's doing their thing. Like my friend out in California, he's so happy out there. And I'm good for you.
Yeah.
But I do miss when we live down the hall from each other,
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and now, I mean, that's where I think, so if you could pick, would you rather call than text or text than call?
This is a controversial opinion because I've been told that people in our generation feel the opposite way that I feel because I really like texting. I think it's just easier. I know, but I'm told people our age are over it and want to call.
I'm a phone call. Yeah, just call me.
No, I don't like that.
I do not need to, because here's what happens. I am one of those people that overthinks every damn text message.
Are you?
Oh my God, did I put the period in the wrong spot? Do I sound angry?
Fair.
Do I sound like I need this? And two, when you want to have an honest conversation, you can't have it on a text message.
Well, that's true.
Have you ever seen this damn things on Facebook? They'll go and they'll post a text message between a partner, significant other, and then they're having this intimate heart-to-heart thing about some problem.
And it's all over text. Yeah,
How are they going to be honest with you if you're really, truly, doing this for real?
That's interesting because I almost feel like I can say more when I'm writing it down. I can.
Is it the security of not being in the situation, or is it just being able to know you can use your words better?
I think that's more I can use my words better.
Okay.
I know how I can edit it to say exactly what I'm trying to say versus just blurting out something I don't mean to say. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But that being said, so heart-to-hearts, I mean, definitely in person is ideal. But if you have to have them, I don't know. I like a text message every now and then. But I'm trying to make a commitment to call more often, too, because I have these friends I want to catch up with genuinely.
The reason I say call, too, is because I feel like you can save a lot of time. You know,
True.
you don't
That's
have to
true.
worry about, I feel like a 20-minute phone call is like a 4-hour texting
That's very
conversation.
true, yeah.
You know?
Especially when I'm involved, because it takes me forever to respond. So, yeah.
I know, that's 40 days.
Yeah, literally.
But no, so I think, I don't know, kind of, I'm 6-1.
That's fair.
You know?
That's interesting. No, I do like a text message because we can just like talk all day, back and forth. But a nice
see,
phone
then
call
that's
gets
when
handled.
the damn thing goes to whack, because then I'll be texting all day, being just fine, and then boom,
The
boom,
next
boom,
day,
boom,
yeah.
boom, 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 or just at that moment, and I never talk to him again.
Yeah, no, I do get that. Like, I'll be involved in the group chat all day, and then the next day I'm like, who am I? What do I do? How do
Do
I
they
text?
still call that an Irish goodbye if you do that via text?
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Yeah, in the bar. Whenever you
well, I
leave
know in the
and you
bar,
sneak
but
out,
over
but like,
text when
is
you
it?
just disappear. Probably.
I mean, I
Like,
don't think that's a ghost, because
Yeah.
like you aren't. I don't know. Maybe it is ghosting.
Maybe it is ghosting when you just ignore the group chat for days at a time. I
But
don't know.
you still intend to go back to it.
Yeah,
That's why I think it's a goodbye. It's not ghosting.
That's true. I promise my loved ones and my friends I'm coming back. I will catch up. But yeah.
Do you ever get how many, like, from your family? Like, because I'll do this, like, I'll show up somewhere after they text me like 15 times.
Yeah.
And they're like, hello?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. What's that? Do you do that?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
bad about that too.
That's
We'll make plans or whatever, and I don't respond to the plans, and then I'm there, and I'm like, okay, I'm here now. I did want to come. I'm excited to be here, but I just was bad at responding to the plans.
Yeah, no,
So,
I'm the
that's
same
on me.
way. So what's your resolution then for 2020?
So my resolution for 2020, one of them, I'll come up with some better ones and do a whole little blog about that when I think about it. But in the meantime, my resolution starting now is I'm going to try to make more of an effort with these friendships, because it's so easy to take them for granted, but especially like we keep saying, like at Christmas time, it just matters more. Like it doesn't matter more, but it just like it gets to the heart more, I guess, a little bit.
Well, you know what kind of is missing too, I feel like, and I was just talking to someone else about this, is like the whole like idea of not even just like the nuclear family, because that is more than gone, but the idea of like just like the community everyone used to have. Like,
Yeah.
I remember my grandparents' house, like there'd be like, hell, it'd be an open house all day for
Yeah,
New Year's Eve. Or there'd be
that's so
this,
cool.
there'd be that, and like family would come over and friends, but just the life, gets in the way
Yeah.
and happens, and everyone grows and goes their own paths, and it's like, where's that going to come back into the swing of things? And maybe we
Yeah.
have to do it, but then I got to get better at responding to people
Literally.
and planning
I
and
think
not
that's our
being
generation.
disorganized.
I think that's on us. We have to
Is it
be
just
the
because
ones.
we're too young and we're putting too much pressure on ourselves?
Well, that's a whole other like question too. Like, because that idea of we have to be connected all the time too, that's a whole other like stressful thing that we could unpack. So I don't know. I do like the idea of having like, just come on over, come on by, you're always welcome here. Like, I would love to have that kind of like vibe with my friends, and I'm trying to cultivate that a little bit. But it is interesting.
Now, got a question. Have you seen this about the young, not our generation, maybe yours, because you're a little younger, but
By like 11 months.
it doesn't
but
matter.
okay.
I'm on the cusp of millennial, so it all kind of comes. There's the younger generation is now ghosting their entire family for over a year. Have you heard this?
No, this is the thing that people
This
do,
is
like
the thing.
cutting it off, but you just don't say anything.
Like
Interesting.
so I never watch Oprah. Like,
Okay.
I just want to like throw that out there. Whenever
Sure,
you
yeah.
hear me say I was watching Oprah,
Yeah,
you're
sure,
like,
just every now and then.
I'm going to lose
Yeah.
half my audience, so I got to just really make sure that I'm clarifying. I stumbled upon an Oprah video on my reels, and it was only 15 seconds because
Yeah.
they wanted me to watch the full thing. No,
Yeah.
you're a billionaire. I'm not watching your ads.
Yeah, right,
Turn them
right,
off.
right.
Whatever.
Keep going.
Yeah. Anyway, then I'm watching this, and this guy's like, "Yeah, I've done it. I haven't talked to my family in over a year and a half, and I haven't done this, and I haven't." And like, not even a problem.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could do that. Like, even if I even if I had amnesia, I feel
Yeah.
like a sense of me would be like, man, something ain't right
I need
here.
to call someone.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, how can someone physically do that?
Well, family's complicated. I get that.
But these kids had no problems.
Oh, well.
Like, it was just like, yeah, I just decided.
What?
Mom and dad are paying for college, but not talking to them.
That's interesting.
Like,
okay.
the weirdest thing.
Well, I don't
I'm
know.
not yelling at you.
No.
I'm just so bizarre.
No,
Like, it's so confusing.
That is interesting. Family's complicated, no judgment there, but I will say to be able to ghost without saying anything is
That's
interesting.
bizarre.
Like, I wouldn't be able to ghost. I've never ghosted anyone. I'm unable to do that physically. I have to like have closure.
Yeah. No, I do too.
Yeah, so I think even if I was gonna ghost like everyone in my life, I'd have to send out like a mass text and be like, "Hey guys, no offense, but I just need a minute." Like, I don't know. Like I couldn't do it without just saying it's something.
Yeah, no, I just, I'm one of those people that, hey, once it's we're putting the period on the sentence here. That's it.
That's fair.
See you later.
You're just calling it where it
Bye-bye.
is. Yeah, good for you. I'm bad at that.
How's Christmas looking? You got all your gifts?
I do. I'm actually pretty prepared for the most part, which is saying something. Usually I'm not. So I think I'm prepared. I got to go through. This weekend is going to be really I'm really cutting it kind of close, but this weekend is my chance to finalize.
Just rub it in.
No, it's okay. It's okay. You told me you're pretty caught up.
I know, but I don't feel like I am.
Yeah.
It's just a mountain.
It is. There's a lot.
Just a mountain, and all I'm doing is going and crying at the base of it, and then I go and puke outside so my family doesn't hear me.
And then you look at your credit card statement, and you're like, "Oh my goodness, yeah, that's a whole other problem." But you're playing Santa this year, so that's cool.
I'm excited.
That'll be fun.
But it's kind of like one of those where it's just more exciting for us still.
Yeah, soon it'll be fun for her.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, next year will be really fun.
Yeah.
But she's gonna have a great Christmas.
Yeah,
the birthday party was telling because I don't know where else we can put things.
That's so exciting. She's gonna have a great time.
What are you saying? Exciting?
Well, I mean, exciting in some ways. Maybe not for you and your dog's favorite spot or something. He's gonna be like, "Where's
my couch is gonna be gone, and it's gonna be a Fisher Price, place setters."
That's awesome. Good for Estella. She's thriving.
What are your plans, though? Are you guys staying in town?
Yeah, I always stay in town. My family's in town, so we'll check out and see what's going on and check in with everybody. And what about you? Are you sticking around?
Sticking around.
That'll be nice. Are you taking a few days off, or what's your plan?
I will, because I just,
It's time. A little break. You need it.
I honestly just am tired. And
aren't we all?
Yeah. I'm not, no woe is me, but everyone else is taking off.
Yeah,
Have you noticed that? Online, I've seen that where it's not even just all across the board.
It's hard to get things done in that week between Christmas Eve to New Year's Day.
I did that once. I will never do that again. That
no
was
one's
awful.
in the office.
No,
it's hard
no
to get things done.
one's in the office, and you're sitting there and you're going, "Oh my goodness!" It's like you're just sitting there going, "Just let it." and it's like, yeah, I could be watching Law and Order.
Nah, that's fair. That's a good day. That's a good day. Good for you. You take it off. And if anybody has any stories that they want to see done or anything they want to talk about in that week, I'll be available.
You're going to come in?
I'll be here.
See, now you make me look bad.
Email Sydney at RiverBender.com with any ideas.
Look bad.
No, I believe in you. I just don't have the PTO, so I used it already.
You did. Oh.
I used it already. So, you go enjoy. You go enjoy.
Well, I used it too. I was just taking the days off. Well, let me see it. This is a weird time.
It is kind of a weird Christmas just because it's on a Thursday this year.
Yeah,
so the Friday
and then you gotta
after
go back to work,
it's
technically Friday. I think
I'm taking the 26th off.
And then even the 29th. Who's going to be working then?
Right, and then
that's how the week crosses over. It's weird.
Yeah.
Because you're really losing 2 weeks out of this.
Well, and then it's January 2nd is the Friday, and it's you can't really. It's hard to justify taking January 2nd off, but no one's gonna be here. So I don't know. I'm looking at my schedule.
What are we gonna talk about?
Well, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That's what I'm saying. If anyone has anything they want to see, email me. I'd love to write about it. But in the meantime,
it gets very slow and it's sad.
It's very slow.
Very sad in here.
It's very slow. We'll see how it goes.
It's like The Shining. People just end up going crazy.
No work and all play. No, opposite. All work, no play.
That's right.
I fumbled it.
That's okay.
Thank
Sydney,
you.
It's great talking to you.
Yeah, a good time.
We'll take a quick break, and I'll come back and ramble on with you next. I think Lacy McDonald should be joining us. It's Wednesday.
Oh, love Lacy. Good time.
Yeah, always is. Oh, buttons don't work. God. Hold on. Buttons don't work today.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? What's good, my guy? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible. Covering auto, home, business, and life insurance, our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
O'clock hour, rolling around on this, what day is it? The 17th day of December. My button ain't working. Lacy McDonald. 100 years ago,
Yes.
we had kids direct traffic.
Yes, we did.
I think it's smart. Oh, can I say something?
Sure.
Can I go on a little rant?
Go for it.
10 years ago, let me do a 10 years ago
All
with
right.
CJ Nasello.
All right.
We had to meet at a collective bus stop in the neighborhood. Not
Okay.
on a busy road. Not on Albee, that's dangerous. On a collective stop in the neighborhood. So we would all meet at one stop.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we are stopping every 40 feet to pick up high school students.
Oh, okay. I see. So you're saying you liked the collective
I liked
stop.
it. And I think everyone else, I called the school bus company and said, who do I talk to about who's making this stopping schedule? I don't care about the busy roads. You got to keep them safe.
Mm-hmm.
But when we're in a neighborhood behind Mr. Donut, I think we can all meet at one stop. We're all in high school. Didn't even get a phone call back. Sorry, that has no reflection on Lacy or any part of her employee. That is just me.
I have no control.
I didn't even tell her I
control.
was doing that. It just really frustrated me. I deserve a phone call back.
That's fair. I feel like a phone call back, even if it's not agreeing with you, a phone call back is a good courtesy.
I'm going to threaten a rant.
Not a rant. Oh, no.
I am going to rant this and get it clipped. I am telling you what. No, but kids directing traffic.
Yes.
They aren't driving school buses, but they are keeping each other safe.
Well, we'll see what happens next year.
Stay tuned
I don't know.
for 100 years
Stay
ago.
tuned.
So how did this work? What was going on at the time?
So, as we know by now, in 1925, automobiles were new enough that they were still kind of trying to figure out the safety parts of it. And I don't know how fast these cars were going, but they were going fast enough around the schools during the time when students went in the morning and when they were let out in the afternoon, that there was a huge concern that kids were going to get hit by cars. And I didn't see anything specific that brought this on. It wasn't like this child was just hit by a car and now we have to do a safety force. I think it was preventative. That doesn't mean that nobody got hit, but I think it was preventative in this case. And that the principal from Horace Mann School asked the mayor if the streets near the school could be roped off and no traffic go down them right after school let off every day. So the mayor looked into it. That was illegal. You can't just rope off streets for periods of time. Well, actually, I say that, but my article for Christmas is about how they roped off streets for sledding. So I guess you can rope off streets for some things, but not for children leaving school. So
as long as they're sledding,
it's fine.
Yeah.
No, so they talked in the city council, and one of the older people, but they were probably all men at the time, from the 7th Ward, Alderman S.L. Moore, suggested that they have students do it. He said that in Highland, the Boy Scouts apparently were in charge of taking care of the traffic around schools during the morning and the afternoon. So everyone loved the idea.
Oh, I'm sure they did.
Loved.
These are when kids were still smoking, by the way.
Yeah, they were out there smoking a cigarette, directing
working
traffic.
At the steel mill.
Yeah, they left this to go to their steel mill job.
So
they decided to do it.
Typical cars average around 20 to 30 miles an hour.
Yeah, so it wasn't the speed that we're used to now.
Technically, though, for them, that was like 90 miles an hour.
Well, that was 90 miles an hour. And if you think about it, the speed limit near schools when children are present is about 20 miles per hour now. So you could go over that. Like the cars could have been going over what we consider 100%. To be the speed limit for school zones.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, how was this week? Did any child get hurt in the attempt of safety?
See, I don't know. This was a hard one because they talked about it in December. December 9th, 1925, is when they had the city council meeting, and I put the entire resolution in there in the article. The city council meeting to unanimously adopt this plan.
Yeah.
And so the principals were going to choose children to be the safety force. One kind of interesting, funny part of the resolution is that it said, when a student is appointed, he shall serve until his successor is appointed. And so I wondered if you had to find your own successor and be like, I don't want to do this anymore. And they're like, I'm sorry. The resolution says not till we find a replacement.
This isn't even a school resolution, pal. You're done.
You're done.
You gotta wait.
City. So... And they also, they framed it as this will help with kids and responsibility. And
in dodgeball, because if you can dodge oncoming traffic, you can dodge.
Yeah. And part of it was directing traffic, and part of it was keeping the younger students out of the street, which I'm sure was its own very difficult part of it. But they had armbands to designate that they were the school, the traffic force, and they had one afternoon of training with the police department, so that they were well prepared. But as I was saying, they did this December 9th as a resolution, but they didn't actually start until April, I think. So it said, they're gonna start right after the holidays when all the kids come back, and then they ended up not starting until March 31st. And then there was an article about it in April 1926. And it said that they had done some training the day before. It was all boys, even though the resolution said it could be boys and girls. All boys were chosen. And after receiving instructions, the boys were quite efficient traffic cops after a small amount of experience. So the first day, there were no accidents, but I'd never found any follow-up about future things. And then, this isn't in here, and I don't remember all the details, but a month later, there was a traffic fatality. It wasn't related to the schools, but someone related to traffic in Alton or related to the schools in Alton. It was an adult, but there was a traffic fatality. So they were, clearly thinking about all of this around this time. And I don't know how long the student traffic force went on. It could have been just that year. It could have been the next 50 years, and they just didn't, mention it in the newspaper because they'd already done the resolution and it was set. But children directing traffic.
I think that's smart. If I ever run for office, they're going to clip this damn thing and throw that out there.
Right.
My question is, like, was it unanimous? The city council
Yes.
was like, oh, geez.
They were all like, yes, this is the plan for us. I mean, the police department, it says in the resolution, like, they did not have the amount of people to go out and do this. Like, they didn't have enough police officers to be directing traffic in other places. And
so
also,
they didn't decide the school teacher would probably be a good place.
well, you know what? Yeah, like, that's what they do now.
Yeah,
is
like,
the
you know, the
school teachers have
volunteers
shifts and they go out and they do a really great job.
Oh man, that lady at West is a rock star. Have you seen
Yeah.
her? Man,
She's
she can.
amazing.
She really is. She knows how to rock that. And what I think is cool is that it's never like, you know, they have a line and then like one kid's left behind and then we get stopped again. Nope, there's a good rhythm.
Yes.
You got to feel the rhythm when it comes to directing traffic.
I feel like this is the perfect time for a shout out to all the staff members that are directing traffic at the Alton schools now, because they're doing a really good job.
You know what's a brutal one is North.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's bad. But we really, like, that's a tough job.
It is a very tough job. And the biggest issue, the school is doing a great job, but it's the traffic on Godfrey Road.
Yeah.
And then turning and...
You know what I think's amazing?
What?
There's like 8,000 ways to get to like that section of Godfrey.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone still is like, you know what? We know that this school is in session. I'm going to beat it today.
I'm going to beat it today, and I'm also going to run every red light on my way.
It's true. However, that's why I think we need roundabouts. However, that doesn't mean we get to have every bus stop be 40 feet away in a neighborhood with no through traffic.
That's the bus company.
I know.
That's
I just
separate
wanted
from
to throw
the
that
school
disclaimer
district.
out one more
Right. We'll just.
All right, let me take a break and
the...
calm down. We'll come back and talk with Lacy some more. It's 10:17, 100 years ago, continues right after this. God, every time today, I'm used to the buttons.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro?
Let's go, my guy.
Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is the White Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. The White has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
I'll live with it. It's better than having Mark Zuckerberg hate you because even though he's a multi-hundred billionaire, you know, God forbid I play ELO.
I know.
Yeah.
And better than silence also.
Yeah, it's also true. Oh, those were always the worst. When I had to listen to like old like radio stations, it's like they would just come back from like some weird commercial about, you know, like, you need to smoke. Doctors recommend smoking 18,000 cartons of cigarettes a year to stay healthy. And then the guy comes back, he's like, welcome back. It is 5:30 on the nose, and it's just dry.
Yeah. Well, and also
it's not fun.
If there's silence, you think that there's something wrong with like
the program.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
Think, or there's going to be a major news announcement,
Yeah.
like when the Queen dies.
Yeah, we don't want people's expectations. I don't know if it's expectations if it's bad news, but yeah,
they do.
We want the appropriate seriousness for what we're talking
Well,
about.
and see, I have a big problem because I hope nothing's serious because I have no serious cutaway. Like it is all kind of like, oh man.
We'll have to just stick with this.
We'll have to come back dry, you know, and just like right there. Come back.
I think we could do it.
I think so. We'll find. Well, I don't know. Hopefully we don't have to find out.
Right. Let's not.
So, December 21st.
Yes.
State of the School's principals were considering the switch. March 31st. 1926 is when the student traffic program began.
Yes.
It is going to work splendidly. Chief
Gustav Rausch
of the Alton Police Department trained the students, and I'm just going to let you ride with that one, and I'll just pick it up there. After receiving instruction, the boys were quite efficient. Have you ever seen the South Park where Eric becomes a cop?
No.
And he says, "You will respect my authority."
Oh, I think I've seen just that.
And he beats him with the baton.
That moment has been on.
That's kind of what I'm getting out of this.
Oh yeah,
a lot of kids
like
running
small children with sudden authority.
Yeah, I bet you this one
You
a
know
little
what?
now that we're talking about
You would have to choose very carefully because you don't want to choose the kids that would be jerks about it. Like,
oh yeah,
a little bit of power and now they're bullies. Like, you don't want the armband to turn a kid into a bully.
Or like when Eric became Dog the Bounty Hunter when he was the hallway monitor.
See, a little bit of power.
He was bear macing every third grader walking around the hallway.
You got to be careful.
Anyway.
Maybe that's why it took so long for them to choose.
So what did George find with this research? How was his contribution? Because I want to make sure we always recognize people.
I appreciate that. So George asked me a month or two ago. He just finished a big project and needed something else to do. And I didn't have anything like immediate of another big research project. And so I said, hey, you know what would be super helpful? Go through the newspaper, pull some articles that you find interesting, and I'll probably use them for my 100 years ago articles. So he's the one that found the December 10th article that I started with when I worked on this. So that's been when I have the thing at the end that says special thanks to George Fuller for research help with this week's article. What that means is he found the initial article, and then I wrote about it and looked for additional information.
It's interesting. And now I wish we knew really how this went, because traffic laws obviously were a ton different back in 1926.
Yeah.
And we had just talked about that because they were just teaching people how to friggin' drive, like the public. So, I mean, is it one of those things I feel like, this is like a whole squirrel moment, but it does, the art of the weave, it will tie into my story. Okay. Did you see the new thing on Netflix about James Garfield?
No.
Really good.
Okay.
And who's the comedian that Zach Galifianakis?
Oh, yeah.
No, Ron Swanson.
Oh, yeah.
He plays Arthur.
Okay.
And then another well-known guy plays Garfield. But, it's like...
Nick Offerman.
Yes.
I love him.
He's great.
Yeah.
Well, the whole wonderful show, it was, how do you get through 115 days of a presidency and make it a show was beyond me. But it was really good. And, it's all about the fact that he would have lived if they just never touched his body and let the bullet heal on its own. And maybe used a metal detector not on metal spring beds and box springs, but, because now they're like, why isn't this working? Everything's going off. Well, he's on a metal box spring, so, who's the idiot here? I don't know. I feel like we could have picked up the farmer down the road and he would have helped us better.
Yeah.
My point is, all this would have never happened if they would have just used their common sense.
Mm-hmm.
Tying back into this, because people are still learning how to drive.
Yeah.
If they would have just probably waited a year or two, it might have worked itself out. They might have just said hunker down. But at what cost, you're going to say, CJ?
I'm going to say what cost. And also, we still have to have people directing traffic.
That's true.
Like, we're using adults, which is great. But I think that...
Why do I have an ad for my own website?
I think that enough people would still hit children and adults around schools now, even though we've had 100 years to learn how to drive. So I think that... No, I think that they needed something. I don't think that just waiting a little while would have helped.
Okay. I feel that.
Yeah.
I actually do. Now, do you think we could have probably gone a different route with...
Yes. Yes. I think adults should have been the ones that were directing traffic because and we have a different view of childhood now than we used to. And I think a better view of childhood than we used to.
Depending on who you ask.
It does depend on who you ask.
I hate to say it.
But I feel very strongly that I'm right on this one.
I agree with you. I totally do.
So you're right that there are differing opinions, but in my correct opinion. we
That's a good answer.
value children more now than we used to.
I agree.
Children's safety.
I completely
specifically in this case.
So, what are you writing about next?
I am writing about an engraver who died in Alton in 1925, and he had immigrated from Germany. And I didn't realize this, but a lot of the photographs that were in the newspaper in like the 1920s weren't just photographs the way that we think of them. They were photographs that were turned into engravings to be printed in the newspaper.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I learned a lot about that process.
Well, and I was watching something so cool about the individual that created what we know as Santa Claus today, like the original illustrator of, Jolly St. Nick and how that worked. Man, these people had just talent to create these illustrations for newspapers, and then blink of an eye, they're wiped out.
Because of photographs?
Because of that, and how they changed how they do their prints and everything. Just nuts. It was gone.
Yeah.
Man, sucks to be them.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta get into a job position or whatever that has some longevity, but you don't always know what's going to have the longevity.
I completely agree. Lacey, what's Christmas looking like for you since we won't see you until 2026?
Yeah, sit for a little bit. It's looking good. I think we're going to try to do the Rock Spring Park lights this weekend.
I haven't done that yet.
Oh, I love it.
We got to stop by the genealogy library because I still got to get my pictures done.
Yeah, everybody should do that. You can come and take serious family pictures. You can come and take crazy weird pictures. We don't care.
Yeah.
Like pose in your ugly sweater. This is not an ugly sweater. It's ugly sweater day, but I love this sweater, this Scooby sweater. But yeah, you can come in your ugly Christmas sweaters and take joke pictures in front of the fireplace.
Oh no, I'm getting real ones.
That's
too good of a fireplace.
Right. Like you can take serious ones.
Thank you.
But if someone else wants to come in and take ridiculous ones, that's okay.
Fun?
What?
Actually, I think what we'll do is we're gonna do our regular ones, and I'm gonna get Jackie to do the J.C. Penney 80s glamour
ones. Oh yes.
That'd be fun.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Well, my Christmas card. I shouldn't say this, but why not? I love you. My Christmas cards, our Christmas cards this year, have been decided upon. It's going to say "Merry Christmas from the Nacellos." ... And
Jackie. Oh!
Just kidding. I don't want to get killed. 10:29. That's the time on this Wednesday morning. Lacey, thank you as always.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
And best of luck on whatever resolution you have, if you have one.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Yeah, I won't. I gave up on those a long time ago.
Probably for the best.
Yep. I didn't give up on commercial breaks. One's coming to you next.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Having a wonderful Christmas time.
Welcome back. Sorry, I was running out of Christmas bed. And with Christy, this is so cool. So we were talking on the, what was it, Friday, Thursday? And this is so just interesting. What an opportunity, too. And to decorate the White House is just one of the coolest things. And we'll just go right into this. So, so anytime you get a chance to decorate a big place, it's got to be one of the coolest things. It's always a new experience. And This one, though, is an opportunity that not a lot of people can say they're ever going to receive. How did this happen?
So, you apply and wait to see what happens. Evidently, the stats pretty much show that you have a greater chance of getting into Harvard than you do decorating the White House for Christmas. So, a little under a 1% chance that this was going to work out the way that it did. So, I'm grateful to represent Alton, the Alton community, and the Riverbend area in the White House this last couple of weeks.
Have you, has anyone said if there's been another individual from Alton that's gone in and done this?
I have not heard that there has been,
That'd be pretty
so
cool. Yeah.
I may be the first.
So take me through this. You get selected, and then this is kind of like a military operation because this isn't a small space.
No, this is a large scale operation. From even if you're just looking at the White House on a regular basis, the White House serves 5 purposes. It's first of all a museum. It's a national park. It's the office of the president. It's the first family's residence, and then it's the people's house. So it's operating on a huge scale as is. But then you bring in Christmas, and we're talking large scale.
Well, and you we were watching TV, my fiance the other day, and we were watching the walkthrough of the White, just a preview of it, and the foyer is just, and I'm sure I'm saying this wrong, the foyer?
Yes.
Okay. It's just incredible. You see all these trees, and I'm like, this is just remarkable. It's beautiful. And then this was your space, part of a team that collaborates on this to decorate it. That's what I thought was so cool, is that your hands were literally dried directly to one of the most recognizable spaces.
Yes, thank you. Yes, my hands touched pretty much most trees in some capacity, whether it be lighting, hanging candles.
Look at that. That's so
ornaments.
Cool. It's just incredible. And when you go in there, what's your first thought whenever you start? Because I'm sure you start with an empty canvas, correct?
Right. No, we walked in that first day, walking into over the threshold of the White House space was just, it's awe-inspiring, right? You're walking over the threshold of every diplomat and dignitary that walks through that front door. The space this time is a bit different because you are actually walking through the entry point, where we were in a little bit different entry point as guests of the White House. But this time, just completely awe-inspiring, kind of took my breath away, and there were tears in my eyes for sure.
So how many rooms get decorated, or what's that kind of overall picture look like before we just talk about your contribution?
Right, sure. So what is previewed on HGTV last night was actually the state floor. So you've got the grand foyer, you've got the East Room, which is a pretty large space, the state dining room where the dinners are held, the Red Room, the Blue Room where the giant Christmas tree goes up, the national tree, and then you have the I said the Red Room, right? Red Room, Blue Room, Green Room, and that main state floor. The lower level is also decorated, but was not on public tour. And then the West Wing is also decorated, which some of my coworkers were in the West Wing area, but that is obviously not televised as well.
Right. Well, and now when you get into this, how many were in your team? Because you guys have a pretty big space. This isn't, some of these rooms can be a little bit smaller. All still are beautiful and have huge material in, like the tree and everything, the national Christmas tree. But when you have the space that big, I'm sure your team has to be pretty big too.
Yeah, I believe we had about 20 to 25 probably on our team.
I was honestly going to think more, to be quite honest, because of just how big the space is.
Right. No, surprisingly, everyone worked together so incredibly well. We just dovetailed together. So I was saying earlier, we kind of operated like an organism, just together. Kind of that enduring American spirit that, when you're working together towards a common goal. Complete strangers days before, and then, we just formed these friendships and just worked well together.
It's just incredible. And what I think so cool, and you hit on this earlier, is just the history, and everything else, where, you're sitting in a space where really it's full of all these incredible figures that, shared the same hallway or did, it's just got to be one of those hair-raising moments too,
It definitely is. I mean, to think back and just, I love history anyway. So to think that, I'm standing in the East Room where the portrait of George Washington is hanging, Dolly Madison saved that portrait from the fire when the British burned the White House in 1814. She saved that portrait, and he's just, looking at us, in the distance. And then to know that same room was, a place for soldiers in the Civil War. I mean, just the history of the moments and times are amazing. I think at one point it was actually maybe it was the Adams, but they hung their laundry in the East Room as well. So
that's true. Well, and it's just it's amazing, and I think it's so unique too because when it comes to decorating and all that, that's, most of the time that's the First Lady's, responsibility and everything else. So you get to really get their take on what their presentation of a holiday is or what their presentation of an American version of that holiday is or how it represents the country. And working, with Melania's team and all that's got to be kind of a really interesting thing and a fun opportunity too.
Absolutely. I mean, her team really seemed to know her preferences well. Even when we were decorating the trees in the grand foyer, each person who's decorating has their own personal, attachments and spin on what the tree should look like. And they would come through and just, very kindly, but edit, what we were doing for her preference. Yeah. So they knew her well enough to know, that she didn't want it over the top, kind of toned down, tucked in, so they would just spend time coming through and editing what we were doing to fine tune it. And then, of course, they were in communication with her as we were working through the process.
So, how long do you have to get this done?
So I spent a couple of days. There's a lot of pre-work that needs to be done before all of those items. I mean, you're talking thousands of stems of flowers, of lights, and everything has to be unpackaged, repackaged, go through screening to make it to the White House. So we spent 6 solid days preparing for this.
It's incredible. And now, whenever you're, in this, do you get a sense of, and not like the history sense, but, the energy of the other components of the building at all? Are you guys so focused that, because you have a job and you got to, you're here, and here. But I can only, just to break it down for maybe folks that will never get a chance to be inside of the White House or just, how they just won't. What's it like? Do you get a sense of the energy, the work that's going on or anything like that?
Yes. So I was sweeping the floor and met my friend, Steven, and he has been a housekeeper of the White House for 26 years.
Wow.
So, I was sweeping, he was sweeping, and so we introduced ourselves to each other and just kind of immediately became quick friends. But, there's so much interface. The staff of the kitchen are the ones that fed us, every breakfast and lunch. In the state dining room. It was very good food.
Okay.
So the blueberry cobbler, the chocolate cake. I never eat dessert really, but blueberry cobbler, the chocolate cake was fantastic. People are still talking about having dreams about this chocolate cake. There was a quiche one morning. They served us for breakfast. That was fantastic. And then I know the White House macaroni and cheese is kind of like the it thing. So I still think my mom's is better. I hope she's listening.
Good answer. That's a great answer. It's so cool to me, though. And that you really get a real hands-on experience. It's not just, all right, here's your space, thanks, clock out and that's it. You really got to live this.
Yes, no, we were there, just absolutely immersed. Obviously there are Secret Service, police, they're stationed to keep you in your space. So, we were, for the most part, not allowed to freely roam. You have your space and your job, and that's where you're at. So contained, but also, very free to interact and build relationships.
Before we talk about, the decoration and the design full course here in the special, how long does it take to get into the White House every day?
Oh, so our days started at 6 a.m. every day. So I can tell you, the Secret Service agents that were walking us out at 8 o'clock or 8:30 at night.
Oh, wow.
Were also the ones checking us back in at 6 a.m.
That's incredible.
Yes. And there's several stations that you go through to get checked and screened every day. There was a process for screening, of course, once I accepted the opportunity, there were multiple screenings.
Right.
So yeah, you're checked and double checked and checked again.
It's incredible. Do you have a moment to take a quick break? We'll come back and talk all about the process and everything else.
Thank you.
10:25 is the time. We'll come back with more Daily Show right after this. Roku TV, Apple Podcast.
What's up? It's my Keith. What's up, bro? Back to spotlight other amazing alumni and how they discovered their path at Lewis and Clark. Let's jump into it.
This is Dwight Works, president of Works Welding and Tank Service, the nation's premier distributor of tank trailer parts. Dwight has been an outspoken and long-time supporter of the college and is the current chairperson of Lewis and Clark Board of Trustees. Oh, and he's a Lewis and Clark grad.
I'm Dwight Wirtz, and I am a trailblazer.
Macias Insurance Agency, providing quality products with extremely competitive prices. As an independent provider, we source multiple companies to offer the best rates possible, covering auto, home, business, and life insurance. Our goal is to provide quality service that meets and exceeds customer expectations. You can rest easy knowing the Macias team is working round the clock to ensure that both you and the most important parts of your life are covered. Our qualified professionals make the insurance process easy so you can live carefree and focus on what matters most. Visit MaciasInsuranceAgency.com today to find out what our team can do for you.
Throughout all life stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Amrit, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Hopper on boots and a pistol that shoots is the wish of Barney and Ben. Dolls that'll talk and we'll go for a walk is the hope of Janice and Jen. And Mom and Dad can hardly wait for school to start again. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere.
Welcome back, Daily Show. Did I spell everything right?
So it's SCHAPER.
SCHAPER. Oh.
You're fine.
Okay, I'm going to fix that here. And now, going back in, we were talking during the break, and the most incredible part of this that, I mean, I've heard so far is that I would have definitely gone crazy doing the lighting.
Uh-huh.
Fill in the audience. So these aren't anybody's grandma's trees. These are monsters.
These are not pre-lit.
Yeah, and these are the ones that are like the $175 category at the Optimus lot. You know, these are.
I mean, there are 65 sets of lights on one 14-foot tree, so you may spend the greater part of a day lighting a tree, and it's a very specific process. Like you're lighting the tree up from the inside out. So I had a lot of great practice because this is how my dad has lit trees my entire life.
Oh,
and so,
no way.
Yes. So
do you hear him? Do you hear him like in your head going, "I freaking told you"?
My dad's like, I got this. But yeah, so he has done that for my lifetime. And so that's how I've been lighting trees. It's a lot different to light an artificial tree where you can see each branch coming out. I can tell you for sure that the real trees are an entirely different animal. I mean, there's people covered in sap, pine needles, like you are intimate with the trees.
So you had 24 in that space? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I think about 25. I didn't count at any point, but
how many do you have to do?
So I personally did 6 trees on my own.
That's incredible. I barely get through one without taking a break and crying a little bit.
I know, it's so funny, people's strategy, right? Because some people are like, okay, I'm in it. I'm going for the biggest tree. That's the one I'm doing. So I went the opposite strategy. I took the 2 4-foot trees, the 2 6-foot trees.
Smart.
And then a couple of 8-foot trees.
That's how you do it.
So that was good. But then, there's so many other people that are, coming by and adding candles or adding some extra florals or tweaking things. So, I would say that we all, completely worked as a team as well. And every one of those 400 or 450 or so candles, if you can imagine this, had to have batteries added, velvet lined around the bottom of it, strung with fishing line to put on the tree. And then can you imagine the pile of remote controls for those candles? So,
oh my God.
It was incredible.
Is this one of the 4-foot ones you did?
That is.
Look at that. See, I'm getting good at finding some of this stuff. I'm actually figuring this out. This is the 4-foot one right down here.
It is.
That's awesome. One is beautiful. And now, all of this is so detailed too, and that's what I think is so cool, because all the trees, their color scheme's really elegant, but if you look at it, every branch has a lot of different character, to it. Each one does.
It does.
And now, what was your guys' direction, I guess? What do they tell you? Is there like I guess a whiteboard saying, here's what we're doing, we got to hit this, this, and this? Or?
Yeah, so this year, Hervé, he actually is Melania's designer, and he created this beautiful image. She sets the direction, right? The First Lady says, this is the theme I want. This is where we're going with it. And then he actually created the booklet for the guests, and it's beautiful. So that was their collaboration. And then that runs down to the team leaders. So then the team leaders, the 5 team leaders that we were assigned to, all had their own, this is what we're doing. So they presented that to Hervé and the First Lady, and then they had modified it. So all the supplies and all of that was there. And then we were carrying out that vision. So
it's incredible. Well, and you also tell me on the phone that you guys had to get this done the quickest amount. You had one of the biggest spaces.
We did.
And you have to get it done in the shortest amount of time.
Yes. So which day was that? I guess it was, they were getting ready to walk the through the front door. So that had to come through our space. So HGTV was filming. So they walked through that morning and said, we have to have everything done by noon. So all the boxes, everything had to be cleared out of our space, because they're literally walking through with a, almost 300-pound gingerbread structure that has to move through that space into the dining room. And then we had to have, a walkway and pathway for the camera crew and all of the people watching. So, I mean, at one point the intensity does tick up a notch. So,
well, and it's so fascinating that you guys gelled as well as you did, the team. And I mean that because, I'm sure you don't, some of you might know each other, or did you guys in this instance?
No.
Wow.
No. So there were 145 people selected from 47 states, from 12 to 15,000 applicants. And no, we all came together.
That's like winning the lottery.
It is. So no, we were all strangers. We left as more than friends, really, as family. Their stories are fantastic. So Donna traveled all the way from Guam. She served in active military from the time she was 18 for 30 years.
Wow.
She's a fantastic woman. Her story's fantastic. Another woman I met, her husband actually served in Vietnam. Their anniversary was on Thanksgiving, and his story of making it through the war and serving our country is just, I will cry talking about it. So, there were Gold Star families that lost loved ones. There were amazingly talented, designers and florists that were there, kind of putting their own tweak and spin on things as well, which was fantastic.
It kind of sounds like in a way, it would give me a huge sense of American pride just in that, just with the people you're with, and just seeing all those stories kind of come together. And do you guys take it away different things when you're watching each other work, or do you even have time because you're focused on your stuff, or do you get a chance to kind of blend creative minds and really collaborate?
Yeah, I think there was a lot of. The whole thing was really collaboration.
Awesome.
Somebody would come by and have a better idea or a different way to manage it, and then we would just move that direction, right?
Yeah.
Because I think that the thing is that's the enduring American spirit: kindness, generosity, patriotism, joining together for something that's greater than yourself. And I think anytime that you're working in an environment where you're doing something that's beyond yourself, it's beyond your own, your own pride, your own thoughts. It's bigger than that. And so it allows you to work together in maybe a little bit different way.
So what's your favorite part of this design? What's your favorite part of your process here and just the timeline you had? Was there a moment you're always going to remember the most, or was there a lot of different things that you're like,
oh my goodness.
This is it?
Yeah, there's so many. I got to literally touch the place, the cornerstone where the White House had burned in the fire in 1814. Just fantastic. Looking at having the curator walk through the spaces and actually talk to us about the museum quality.
Oh, wow.
The fact that there's 60,000 artifacts that are archived in our, White House, which is, a museum and national park, was fantastic. The friendships that I formed with all of these people. We're talking about reunions. We're talking about
awesome.
road trips. These people are just top notch, and I can't wait to spend more time with them.
Well, and when you're in the room and you're in the space you're going in and you're decorating, was there anything that you expected that, man, I expected this to be bigger or smaller. I expected this to be X, Y, and Z, and it wasn't? Or did everything kind of meet, the vision you had when you're driving up to the house, and then all of a sudden you walk into the door? Did it all match it, or did it kind of surprise you?
I think I was so overcome with the moment. Stepping over the threshold. So, the chandelier is glowing.
Yeah.
And I visited in multiple capacities. So first I was there as a worker at the White House, right, as a volunteer. And so, that first step through the door when the trees are kind of partially lit and the chandelier's glowing, and they have this beautiful light that casts the shadow on the ceiling. It was just absolutely gorgeous. That brought tears. And then revisiting, and having the U.S. Marine Band play for us. Fantastic. And then, to be walking through that same space where I was a worker and now I'm a guest, was just an incredibly memorable experience as well.
100%. And now I want to ask you about when you guys got back together, but also this is a gingerbread. I thought this was an actual cake. I didn't realize that was a gingerbread house. No. That is one of the coolest things. This is the White House's gingerbread house. I don't know who they find or how anyone has this much talent. It makes me jealous every time, Christy, I'll be honest with you.
Yes, it's fantastic.
Look at this, guys. This is insane. That is a gingerbread house.
So that is 120 pounds of gingerbread, at least 10 pounds of white chocolate.
Wow.
There are individual little portraits that HGTV actually shows you on the special if you want to tune into that.
Cool. Yeah, we'll talk about that too.
There's little portraits inside that carved out space at the top of the families. Yeah. That's the yellow oval room, which is the family's private space. So that's just fantastic.
That is so cool. Wow. And now, so Before we move on, how do we watch this, and when does it air? So first part aired, correct?
Yes, so it aired last night live, and I believe that you can now watch it on HBO or HGTV, Discovery Plus. And it should be archived. The last 20 years of HGTV specials are in there on HGTV, so you can watch as many as you'd like. That's
just incredible. And now, when you're going back and they're playing for you and all that, what's that feeling? What's that event look like too?
The event was fantastic. I mean, we were treated like any other guest to the White House. A beautiful
so cool.
embossed invitation from the First Lady that is now, in a frame in my home.
That's so it should be.
Yeah, and we were greeted with military. We're stationed in multiple spots. Again, the Marine Band played. The choral. They did a choral performance as well. The First Lady came down and spoke to us and thanked us for our service. And I believe, and then the food. I mean, the food is a whole nother, conversation, but just an incredible buffet, spread before us with everything from, kind of your usual suspects to like the White House cookies that everyone likes. So these beautiful little wreaths, everything was beautifully done, and the staff was absolutely fantastic. They were super gracious and kind.
So overall, what do you want the public to know about the most, just about this experience and your, contributions to it too?
Yeah, I think, I go back to all these quotes of the president, right? JFK said, ask not what you can do, what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. And, I just think that's the enduring American spirit, is the generosity, the idea of serving our country, the idea of joining together for something that's bigger than ourselves. And it's about preservation and history and coming together. I mean, we are an incredible nation still, and have an incredible history as we embark upon our 250th anniversary. I think we should go back and honor all of the places and spaces and presidents and first ladies that have all made, incredible contributions to the country that we are today. Nobody's perfect, but it goes well beyond politics.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And now, any chance that you're going to decorate for the 250th this coming year?
Oh, man, wouldn't that be a dream?
I just want to throw it out there. That way we can manifest it. Everybody.
Yeah, there you go.
And anything else before we say goodbye for now?
No, I'm just incredibly grateful and honored and thankful for this experience.
Well, thanks for sharing your story. This is really cool, and honestly, such a great way for Alton to be represented and the Riverbend region to be represented too.
Thank you so much, CJ.
We'll take a quick break. 10:42. We'll come back with more.
Stages, you need someone in your corner, guiding you on your health and wellness journey. At OSF Healthcare, that's your primary care provider. Your OSF primary care provider is there for every stage of life. Find a provider today at osfhealthcare.org/primary.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
Has free checking become a thing of the past? Not if Liberty has anything to say about it. With 3 free personal checking options and even a free business checking account, free is alive and well at Liberty Bank, the local bank that gives you free checking choices and more cashing in your pocket. Bank locally, bank Liberty. For more information, visit www.bankliberty.com.
Tomorrow isn't built by dreamers. It's built by doers. Because progress doesn't work unless we do. So at Ameren, we've been hard at work putting energy to work for you. Adding underground cables, installing advanced switches and sensors, storm hardening poles and power lines, making the energy grid stronger today so it can meet your needs tomorrow. Learn about projects in your area at Ameren.com/energyfuture.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Nasello on RiverBender.com.
Welcome back. Daily Show. We are wrapping up the Wednesday that was. Great show awaits you tomorrow. We're going to be talking all things Alton Fire Department for their Christmas food giveaway and more as we head into that 18th day of December. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I think we figured something out here. We're on to something new. We're figuring it out on our Daily Show, and we'll figure it out again tomorrow. Until I talk to you then, try your best to stay out of jail.